should be Art Carney.
Should be.
I can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head.
Can anybody do a good Ernest Borgnine?
I mean, it's just a gravelly voice, right?
I'd have to listen to him a few times. It's
Robert Mitchum.
been a while since I've heard Ernest Borgnine.
Yeah, except on this
Todd
show.
is not available right now. So leave a message after the beep. Damn it, Morty. Don't touch that.
That was Sir Rick.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not exact, but it's close. And here's the
What the deuce? Todd isn't available. Leave a message after the beep. See, Brian, I told you that would work. Now hand me the cool whip.
Oh my goodness. How quick do we get sued? We haven't got sued by Disney yet for the Star Wars one. And that's got like 10,000 views.
I mean, I'm not going to double down dare them to do so or anything, but
I mean, there's.
I hope they take it as a compliment.
I think.
Yes.
I think because you did your own narration to that, it wasn't. They hadn't done a radio play for it, so it's not like we.
Yeah.
It was a rewrite.
Yeah.
We did some. You did some creative editing with it, so.
Yeah, and Lucas didn't even write it, so.
Oh, yeah,
Plus,
you're right.
they're not likely going to come after
No,
us
they're
because
kind of like,
they don't want to
we don't
talk
know what
about
they're
that.
talking about.
Yeah. What? Holiday special? I don't
Doesn't
know.
ring a bell?
Yeah,
Kazook? I mean,
I did, yeah, you're rewriting.
Did I do that?
That's great. Oh,
Reverse.
Yeah,
I think we do
just fell right
Smurfs
back into it.
Christmas. Smurfs Christmas this year. What do you think?
man.
Smurfs Christmas? Can we fit
I
that
didn't
in
know
with
that
Hot
was a
Rodders?
thing.
We're going to make it a thing.
How about Smurfs versus Hot Rodders?
They run. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the cat.
No, the
Oh, man.
Why is it not?
It's just,
Oh, wait.
That was it. Hold on.
Paid no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Sorry, guys. The button was blanked out, like it wasn't select. The sound wasn't selected.
It's all good.
Darnation. I think we should burn some sage, man.
welcome everyone to Our Town Podcast. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, share if you can, and review if available. We'd love to hear from you, so comment below and tell us how we're doing. Don't forget to visit ourtownpodcast.com for all the links and join the members only section of the website or sign up on Patreon. Now here are the boys of Our Town Podcast.
Oh, and she hit it again. She's so good. She does that every week.
It's like it's recorded.
I don't know what the heck.
Going places.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of Our Town Podcast.
That's Whoa.
Coming to you from historic and beautiful downtown Renton, Washington.
Renton.
Boys, episode 91.
It's incredible.
Which is just
I
nuts,
mean, come
nuts
on.
to think
Come
about.
on.
Tonight's safe word, boys, is Mrs. Powderson. If anybody feels unsafe, just yell Mrs. Powderson.
Who the fuck is that?
Well, glad you asked me that, Tom. It seems former President Warren G. Harding had a nickname for his and his paramour's private parts. He called his penis Jerry, and for his paramour's vagina, he called it Mrs. Powderson.
I like him way more than I did 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, it
That's
seems
great.
that a historian was writing a biography back in the early 60s, and he discovered all these love letters that he was sending. He had a 10-year affair with this Carrie Fulton Phillips, and I'm not outing her. This is a long time ago. So he wrote all these letters, and one of them went a little something like this.
Are you kidding?
Wish I could take you to Mount Jerry. Wonderful spot. Not in the geographies, but a heavenly place.
Oh, man, I see what he did there.
I don't want to know what he did.
This is Harding?
This is Warren G. Harding, who was president for like 2 years, right? And then he got sick and died.
Oh, yeah.
1920, 23, somewhere in there. But yeah, so his family, once these letters were discovered, his family, his ancestors, whatever, sued to have them sealed so they wouldn't be released to the public. And they got sealed for 50 years until 2014 was when they finally got released. So if anybody's curious curious on the love
And it took a
letters.
little while longer to bounce down to us.
Well, I just came across it. Mrs.
And that's why you should
Powderson.
never, geez, wow. Jerry.
I mean, of all the nicknames you can think for your, the Bald Avenger or the...
I wonder if the creators of Rick and Morty knew that when they named the dad.
Oh, his name is Jerry. Yeah, it's a good point. It could be.
I don't know.
A little public
Marcy
service
Hardy.
announcement, and we need your folks' help if you're willing to write in. We have our friends from Coastal Paranormal who are agreeing to do another episode with us where we can actually do more of a ghost hunting type episode. But we're trying to find a place to do it. So if anybody out there knows of a commercial building here in the Renton area that we might be able to get into after hours, something like that.
Spooky spot that's not being camped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't want to disturb the local.
No, we don't.
Unhomed.
Flora nor fauna.
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
don't. So.
Yeah, so if you think of a place or you know somebody that's the owner of an older building
Yeah,
here
it's
in the
spooky.
beautiful
We just
Renton
need
area,
spooky.
that would be great.
Yeah.
Let us know. We're gonna film it. We're gonna do our thing. We'll do the whole episode.
Yeah, any idea, like, what direction we should look? Like an old building or underground?
All the above, I think, because they were thinking like McClendon's, because they heard McClendon's was built over something, because it was built over the ashes of an old Kmart.
Well, I mean, before it was a Kmart, it was a hospital.
Sure.
Oh, is that what the
Yeah,
reason
for
is?
sure.
then?
Yeah.
Okay, so the land.
So
Okay, well, before that, this was a bountiful floodplain.
You figure if
There were
if it's
people.
a hospital, there have been significant death.
Yeah. Maybe we just
Oh,
wander
geez,
around
sure.
the McClendon's parking lot. 2:00 in the morning.
We won't be alone, so it's
Do you,
fine.
do you think if you weren't going in there and talking to like the manager of the place to say,
No,
hey,
it's a new building. I don't know. Any place, if any, I don't know. I'm not an expert in that.
They didn't rebuild
Yeah.
they added to it though to make the
No,
McClendon's,
it's
right?
dude.
it looks like the same building to me.
It kind of does. It kind of doesn't.
It's,
I'll
I
have
mean,
to think about
granted,
that for a
I hadn't been in.
Got my bike stolen from front of that.
The last time I was at that Kmart was in the 80s, so I hadn't been there in a very long time until I moved back here and then went into McClendon's. The building looked similar anyway. I don't know if it's been rebuilt or whatever, but
Yeah. Or if you have an old house here in Renton.
Yeah.
You know,
man, yeah.
we could
Or
do
I
that.
wonder if we would get in trouble if we just wandered the cemetery up on 4th.
I mentioned that, and they didn't like respond to that at all.
Yeah,
So-
I bet they're not into it.
Yeah, it'd be a little
They're
more.
like the cemetery people, right? They don't want people
Well,
with
it'd be
cameras
after
in the
hours,
parking
but
lot.
I would just worry
Well, in
that we're,
case.
I wouldn't
Gonna
want
be
to
charged with trespass.
Yeah, I wouldn't want the security guards to walk up and say,
we'll
"What are
be
you guys
fine."
doing?"
we're filming loved ones.
Well, we're looking for ghosts and
We're looking to interview Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Come on, Jimmy. Where's the music book stashed?
Geez, I don't know. Because,
Yeah.
we can go down by the Dewana or something. Because we know people.
How old
used
is
to
your
live
new
there.
crib? Is it an older house?
That's a good question. I really don't know when that was built. I would say good 60s.
Okay.
I guess.
I think where the kids live, it's like 20s or 40s or something.
Wow, sure.
So that
Well,
might
maybe
be.
we could go and go something at their place.
Yeah, they just have a lot of dogs and stuff. So, but
Oh,
it wouldn't be
geez.
too bad.
Yeah, geez. No, climbers don't have people.
Just be 5 of us with cameras and
Only.
equipment and a security guard. I don't know. We need some kind of ghost busting to happen. You know, I'm not going to get eaten by Slimer. Jesus, boys.
Nobody said anything about being eaten.
Now I'm interested.
No, absolutely. That's quick.
Yeah, so if that ends up being our final episode, it'll be the found footage.
99.
You know,
that's
we
a
should do for
fun
that. We
idea,
should do a
yeah.
live stream on that one.
Yeah, we'll do a live stream. We'll do a couple different cameras. We'll edit it all together, stuff like that. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Anyway, yeah, if you know of a place or your old house or old business, I don't know. I mean, do we know anybody that owns? We know some restaurant owners and stuff, but
Sure.
I don't
St.
know.
Charles,
They
I
threw
guess,
out.
right?
yeah. Are you tight with that dude?
Not that tight.
Yeah.
I mean, I could talk to him about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because then they would have to open it up for us and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and they carry some type of liability.
Yeah.
Right? Just by acknowledging. That's why sneaking it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind doing the cemetery. I just don't know what the security's like.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, we could always contact the cemetery and ask if that's a possibility of us doing like a podcast recording out there
Yeah.
at after dark. It doesn't have to be late at night. It just has to be after dark.
Right, and then it gets dark. I mean, look. It's,
Yeah, if they're open till 9, we're square.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like,
Yeah.
it'll be dark at 6.
but they don't
Like a
close the
fun-
gates there. There's no gates up there.
Beats me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it is 24 hours as long as people.
Run! What is it, a ghost? No, it's security.
It's old man Jenkins.
We could always get we could always put we could put up sandwich boards saying podcast recording in progress.
Yeah, something like that for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, boys, jumping into some headlines. Let's get the show started. Jumping into some
geez.
headlines. I thought this was kind of fascinating. After all the stuff we talked about last week with Israel and the pager bombs and the walkie-talkie
Oh,
bombs
yeah,
and
that
all that
was
stuff.
1 week ago.
That was only a week ago. Well, apparently they, in the Bekaa Valley of Lebanon, they released a whole bunch of leaflets. And on these leaflets was like a barcode or a QR code. And if you scanned it, it would render your phone inoperable.
And I think siphon.
And siphon all the information out of it.
Something
It's
like
just
that.
fucking nuts. They are just like,
Is that true, though?
I don't know. That's what I heard.
I heard that. Yeah.
It was in the news.
I don't know. That's fucking asymmetrical warfare.
It's
I
just
guess.
nuts what
Yeah.
they're doing. I mean, with the pager bomb, the technology warfare that they're waging right now is just nuts.
Yeah, the pager bomb thing. It's just. I mean,
That's straight out of science fiction right
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
Because they did. They took a shipment of these pagers and really did install bombs and then pretended they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what the pagers and probably the cell phone
I
things
mean,
did
it's
is-
mind-boggling.
It was like it was an app that was installed remotely that exploited something within the hardware of that particular thing that caused like the battery to explode or whatever.
No, I think they actually had like an
No, there
ounce
was an ounce
of
of
explosive
explosive.
material
Oh, really?
inside
Okay.
there.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
Your phone's not going to be able to do that.
No.
Right? No, it was.
Well.
Yeah, not that we know of. Oh my God.
We don't want those
But
podcasters
that's not
anymore.
very much. That's not very much. An ounce of explosive.
Oh.
That's not much.
So-
No.
That's not much, right?
Charles, I told Mike off air, but I wanted to tell you that Tomato actually listens to us. They
Oh,
just
man.
moved in across the street.
Who is Tomato
They're
Tomato?
They're like a creative spot where they do crafty
great.
stuff.
Oh
It
yeah,
used to be-
and teach people how to do crafty stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What building are they?
don't
I'm
know.
looking over
They're
there.
right over in between
Underneath
the
Aztec?
By the road?
right between the bike shop and the coffee shop.
Oh, how big is their space?
It's decent. It's like this.
I wonder if that might be a space to.
Oh, for a ghost? Yeah, that's
ghost
charming.
Well, she's a listener, so maybe she'll
Yeah.
reach out.
See?
Reach out, do it. We'd wander over there. Yes, and also that Israel is amassing troops, and they're possibly gonna invade, right? Southern Lebanon is the thought right now. So Jesus,
I saw a video the other day, a couple days ago, even that Ukraine is actually flying drones into Russia.
yeah. They've been doing that for a while, but blowing up like ammo dumps and shit.
Not just that, but like civilian places too.
Oh man,
Like going and just blowing up hospitals, that type of shit.
yeah. I think Ukraine
Ukraine was doing that?
Yeah, that's
Has
the
to
video-
be
that's-
like-
that's what the video said. I don't know if it's true or not.
very much in moderation on going into Russia because Russia can escalate a lot harder than they can. But yeah,
I mean, for all I know, that
So
could have
we
been like
believe.
propaganda too. I don't know if it was real.
no, but I know they did. You're right. I think they did. Fucking bug
And they just can't use our weapons to fire
into Russia.
Right.
Yeah.
So apparently they
So
have.
that's the thing they would like to do.
The video I saw showed like they're making these like it's like a manufacturer making drones. They look like just like very plain-looking like RC planes. But I guess they're loaded.
But
up.
have ordnance on them.
Yeah, have
If 1 ounce
explosives
is enough,
of some
with
sort.
shrapnel.
So
or
basically,
whatever.
they just are kamikazing these drones into buildings.
No,
Damn.
and now that's the capability of human warfare, that's here forever.
Yeah.
That's here
Oh,
forever.
yeah.
And then they're just going to AI control those things.
Yeah.
Right, because now, at least for our bigger drones,
I would hope
it takes
not
a
AI. I
person.
would think they'd have
No,
to
you
have.
know it's gonna. You know they're
gonna have somebody, like,
somebody's gonna.
controlling them.
Somebody will. No, not for somebody.
Well,
will.
one guy controlling the AI, but the AI can recognize targets, right?
I mean,
We'll
I
find
guess
out.
the AI would be
Skynet,
like,
bro. I told
like
you.
controlling, like how they do like the drone shows. They controls like, was it 30,000 drones?
Tons of drones, yeah.
And you can get them to like make it look like anything, but you can turn those into each individual thing into a bomb of sort and
Yeah.
have them all go in
Jeez,
at
just
once.
please don't.
Until the Wi-Fi
Please
goes
don't.
out,
Yeah.
right? Didn't they all, or the GPS, the satellite went out, and they all lost, so they had to dump
And
like
yeah,
all of them into the lake.
You just do an EMP. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting a drone, like just one with a good camera on it, so I
I
can
bet
get
it's a
those
blast.
aerial shots,
Yeah.
get those down aerials.
Chris can tell you about drones because he was obsessed with them for a while.
Oh, did he have some?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he had like a small, like inexpensive model,
Yeah.
but he's really into that stuff. So he knows anytime there's a drone flying around a neighborhood, he'll look at it and go, oh, yeah, I know it's this kind of model, blah blah blah, and it has this kind of camera on it, and it can fly this far, and before it has to come back. He knows all the information about it.
Yeah, I just want a small one with a good camera.
Yeah.
With a nice resolution on it.
Carry like 12
I
pounds.
think the one he said is like one of the best ones he's seen because it has like the
They'll be
automatic.
delivering in no time. You'll
It
see.
has like an automatic return. Once it gets to a certain battery level, it turns around and comes back.
Just knows to come back.
Yeah,
And knows.
and those are about $1,000.
Oh, geez, I don't have that kind of money. What do they got for $29.99?
I mean, he has one. It's like
I
$30.
got one for my nephew at Costco.
Stay safe, boys.
I mean, they have. I've seen them on the TikTok shop for like between like 60 and like 300
Yeah, the one at
bucks.
Costco is probably about $60, maybe 80 at the most. I got
Yeah.
for my nephew, and it was Skilkum. That's
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
Nice. All right, maybe I'll look into that. Well, geez, speaking of state of emergencies, Florida is about to get hit by a hurricane.
Yeah.
They keep upgrading and downgrading and upgrading.
I'm really proud of Rick Scott, though, saying how he's going to donate all of his properties and all of his monies to.
No, he's not doing
calling
anything.
out for socialism.
Right.
He's hoping
Yeah.
socialism can save
Yeah.
himself and his constituents. Right. Right.
Oh, God
Because
forbid.
that's what socialism does.
It's right, yeah.
Yeah.
You're
It
absolutely right.
bails us out.
Yeah. So DeSantis did declare a state of emergency a couple days ago. Last I heard, it was at a Category 4,
I think it was going to be awful.
and it's coming up the backside, right? It's
Yeah.
coming through the Gulf.
Wait, so he's
Yes.
Yeah.
he's
Correct.
expecting socialism to help him?
100%
Well, they always
of
do.
course. Yeah, it has to. It has to.
I mean-
it has to. That's the only way they can make it through.
And he's one of those people that's like all against it and whatnot. And
Yes.
Fuck,
Yeah, the most socialist
fuck
states
DeSantis.
are the red states, generally speaking. They're the
Oh,
poorest
they're
states, and they
receiving
take
of that
they take
They receive
more
more
money than they
federal-
give to the
100%.
federal
Yeah.
government.
Oh, yeah.
That makes-
Yeah.
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 Fuck.
But
And-
yeah,
and-
don't,
and
yeah,
with,
it's
design
socialist,
cruelty.
communist.
Yep, not accepting Medicare funds
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's like just cruelty for
Yes.
no good reason.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it.
But anyway, I hope Florida makes it through.
Yeah.
No, geez, yeah, hold fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck their government, but I hope the people are okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in funny news, next door in Georgia, the Trump campaign, which is almost a must-win for his campaign to take Georgia, they put out a campaign ad. And you remember a few weeks ago we talked about they put out a campaign ad that showed problems at the border, but it turned out it was the border of like Slovenia or something.
sure.
Well, this time he put out a ad about Georgia, and the images in the ad were from the country of Georgia, a very recognizable piece of landscape over there, like a mountain in the country of Georgia.
The nation, the sovereign nation.
It was a mountain
of
hill
Georgia.
in Svanetia, Georgia, over in Europe, but it had nothing to do with the state of Georgia here
So good.
in the U.S. So it was a Shutterstock. It was like a basic
Getty
Shutterstock
images.
image.
Yeah. So you got to pay Getty.
It was called
I
Cloudy
think it's-
Morning View of the Mountain Hill in Upper Svanetia. I don't know how to say it, Georgia.
Svenetti, I think.
Just clicking
there's no
on
A,
stuff.
there's no A at the end.
Yeah.
It's Svenetti, I think.
Well, there is an A at the end.
Yeah, but when I put it into Google Docs, it corrected the spelling.
Oh, well, I'd cut and paste right out of the news article.
Okay.
I'm going to get this thing. Anyway, yeah.
Never
just,
been to Georgia.
So I've been to Georgia.
I've been to Georgia in the United States, but not the one
Not
over
the one
here.
in over there.
Oh,
Yeah. How far away is that? You went to Czechoslovakia. You went to the Czech Republic.
Czech Republic, yeah. I'm not so old as to have visited. I guess I am so old as I could have visited Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Right? But,
Yeah.
right? I think so. But no, Czech Republic. I got robbed by police there.
Did you really?
That sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just took everything.
Well, not everything, but enough to punk me, right?
Yeah.
That sucked.
Jeez.
But still, it's a nice place.
We had neighbors that came from Czechoslovakia at the time. They escaped when the revolution there happened, and the Soviets had to roll the tanks in. And he captured a bunch of footage on like Super 8 or Super 16, and he set up a camera, a projector in his, I think it was a bathroom or something that didn't have any windows, and it let us all watch, no sound, but you could see the Soviet tanks coming in, and it's crazy. I wish I had that guy's number now.
Yeah.
But
I just turned the sign around because it was backwards.
oh yeah, it's like ribbed condoms. I like to turn them inside out
That's noble of you.
for my pleasure. I forget whose joke that
It's yours now.
is. Yeah. Well, all right. I'll take it. Trump says he won't run again if he loses in November.
I disagree with Mr. Trump again. He will run forever because it's a cash cow.
It is a cash cow, 'cause
Forever and ever.
he would
Because
be
it doesn't stop him from making products.
82?
It's just an additional cash cow.
Yeah, he is spending more time right now making products or hawking his products than he is campaigning. He's got and I have this in my news stories too.
Because at the
He's got
very
a
least he needs-
coin, not a little NFT coin, not a Bitcoin, but an actual metal coin that he's selling for $100. It's got his face on the front. It's got the White House on the back. He's selling it for $100. It's got $30 worth of silver in it. If at today's silver prices. But because
Yeah, I mean, geez, whatever.
Yeah, and he'll
That's
probably
so-
sell a
nobody-
bunch of
He's not making
$100.
any buy this stuff.
No.
right? People
No,
have to
absolutely
stop
not.
buying this stuff.
Yeah. But he's hawking gold shoes and Bibles and
It's just bonkers.
coins and NFTs.
It's so bonkers. It's just, and I don't think
$25 box of cereal.
He's got a box of cereal.
Yeah.
What is
$25 box of cereal.
what is the flavor? Brand.
I couldn't even tell you. All I know is that it had his face on the box, and it looks like a standard box of cereal, which is probably like 12 ounces.
like a Wheaties box.
Yeah.
he's the
It's not,
Beanie
it's, not even,
Baby
it's not even
of
the
today.
it's not even the family size box. It's like the standard like 10-ounce box of cereal, which is usually what, like $6 or $7, if that,
Yeah. Jesus.
for $25.
Is this on his website?
Would we have our town
Cereal?
podcast extraordinary cereal?
Yes,
Yeah.
it would be ultra sugar sweet
But we're also not,
with lactose,
running for the
lactate
president of the
milk,
United
right, Todd?
States.
Yeah, or almond milk, one of the two. Yeah.
Never got into almond milk.
I tried it a couple times. It's better than like soy because it at least has at least it has the consistency of dairy milk
How do you milk that almond? Just very carefully.
with tweezers. Truck. God damn it.
You hire mice. to do it. They work for peanuts.
Oh man! Speaking of, I had raccoons in the backyard last night, and
man.
first we thought they were fighting, but now we think they were mating. Because we went out the first time, chased them off the fence. They were screaming, making all kinds of noise at each other.
Racket, I think they
Oh my God, is that real?
Yeah,
So, oh my God.
it's real.
Trump cereal, folks. Look it up. And then we chased them away.
I
They
think
came back.
this is the one that's real. This one right here. And
Man,
it said,
and I've said this
So
before,
bad.
and I stand by it.
I was
If
right,
this
10
is
ounces.
Antichrist, I'm
a-
disappointed.
it's fucking 10.8
way
ounces for $25.
$25.
Well,
And,
because it's a collector.
and you know what it is? It's basically they paid to change the packaging of Cheerios.
It's just a time where people are famous for being famous.
And
Is it called
Right.
Trumpos?
It should be called Trumpos.
it's-
It's a MAGA brand Trump cereal, greatness in every bowl, and it has his autograph on it. Net weight
Wow.
10.8 OZ, 306 grams for $25.
What's the caloric
People are-
content?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's, you know what?
Prize
It
in
would
there?
make more sense if it was like Raisin Bran rebrand, with his face on it, because at least it give you a good bowel movement.
Be like a little shriveled mango chunks inside there or something.
But no, he legit makes
Never heard that combination of words before.
Shriveled mango bits. Oh my
Why do I
god.
feel attacked?
Part of a complete breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah. If you add eggs, bacon, orange juice, milk.
Yeah. It's some actual nutritious things. Yeah. Orange juice, milk. Yeah. A glass of milk, a glass of orange juice. Yeah. Some type of meat.
Toast.
Toast.
Should I say
And the cereal's the center point.
should I say on air what the website is where you can buy this?
Yeah, sure.
TrumpCereal.com.
TrumpCereal.com. That's easy to remember. Go buy a bunch and then let us know what it tastes like.
$24.99. It says limited edition collector's item, authentic Trump 2024 memorabilia, perfect conversation starter, free shipping included. I would hope so for $25.
Well, I wonder how limited.
You get like a
250.
You get like a $5 box of a box of Cheerios with Trump's face on it.
Yeah. The prize inside.
Oh.
The prize inside is like three sheets of double ply toilet paper.
Guys, it's only available till election day.
Well,
No, they're not selling anymore.
Jeez. Well, I bet you they are. They're gonna clear
forever.
It's going to be on clearance along with
Oh my God.
Let's Go Brandon T-shirts
It'd be
and
pickles,
flags.
because that way the pickles would be fine in 20 years, right?
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
going to sell something. We should sell pickles. There we go.
We could.
Oh, yeah.
Flaming pickles. We just have hot, spicy pickles.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's a perfect idea.
Should make us some pickles.
Make some pickles, Mike.
Yeah,
Put a little
it's a great
jalapeno, or what are you thinking?
I'm
Ghost
not a
pepper.
jalapeno guy yet. No. I'm typically, I won't even say.
Habanero.
I'm going to wait till it happens.
All
But,
right.
no, I'm typically not a jalapeno.
Yeah. All right. Depends on what it is, but
Yeah.
I don't do
peppers, but
spicy
that's
at
not my
all,
go-to
man.
pepper. I like
can't-
Chipotle's most of all.
I can't
But
do
I like
spicy.
Chipotle, habanero,
I told you the Mexican pickle story, haven't I?
and the red chili.
no, I don't know.
So when
Does that
I
have anything to do with the donkey?
no, absolutely not. When I was about 8 years old, right around the time that Empire came out, so my brother Tim had moved back to Washington after living in Texas for a number of years, going to college and blah 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 blah. And he said, "Hey, do you want to try a Mexican pickle?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love pickles." And all my families were laughing like you guys. And,
Not a double entendre.
Oh boy, do I!
I mean, I was 8 years old, and pickles were
well.
like a new thing for me.
No, not
Right.
laughing at you, Todd. I'm just laughing at
It's the
the.
line.
Yeah. So the thing is, so he hands me this jalapeno, which was like this big.
Oh, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking.
Oh, that's neat.
my first thought was like, this doesn't look like a pickle to me. And my family all giggling like you guys were.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's something wrong with this pickle of my family laughing like that, because there's something going to happen to me if I eat this. That's my thought.
Yes.
And I wasn't wrong. What I didn't know was that the hottest part of the jalapeno was the tip. And that's all I ate was the tip because I figured
It's usually the seeds.
that's where it all is.
Yeah.
So, and I took a bite of the tip thinking there's something wrong with this pickle. I don't want to eat this. I don't trust them now. So I was like, I took a bite and my face was on fire. My lips were like melting off my face. And I'm like running around trying to find a glass of water. My mom, my sister, my brothers, my stepdad, everyone was cracking up laughing. They were having a great time at my expense. And so I grabbed this glass of water, started drinking it, and of course it made it hotter. And somebody managed to squeak out between laughter, drink, milk. So I poured myself a glass of milk and then considered drinking the whole thing. Just all one gulp.
Jeez.
And ever since then, I don't do spicy foods because of
And trust issues.
Yeah,
Right?
that
Jeez.
kinda-
And once a year during the holidays, someone would go, "Hey, remember the Mexican pickle?"
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, I do totally remember that. I don't eat.
Thanks, guys.
I don't eat spicy
that's
food
not at
because
all
of it.
right. Yeah, geez.
Yeah,
And that's just mean.
Man.
yeah. Well, that was my family.
Well, speaking of family, Republicans are trying a tactic. Well, they tried a tactic and it didn't work. They went to Nebraska, which separates out their electoral college votes by congressional districts, meaning that there's 3 electoral college votes in Nebraska, one for each congressional district. The one with Omaha is usually blue because the big city and all that stuff. So Republicans, including national Republicans like Lindsey Graham, all tried to get the Republican state legislature to pass a law to change the rules to take that one possible electoral college vote away from the Harris
A
campaign.
different type of gerrymander, right? So shitty.
So shitty. I mean,
shitty.
that's how all of them should be.
Yeah.
We should just get rid of the electoral college, and the
Well,
Republicans will
more,
never win
yeah.
another election
Yeah.
again. But yeah. And there was one guy.
Well, and get rid of gerrymander.
Yes.
For
Oh
all of
God,
it.
how do you
know what
do
I mean?
it though?
Well, you legislate.
Yeah,
right? It's
I
like-
guess. If you have honest courts and all that
Because
stuff.
the federal government can still make standards, right? Because elections are left up to
Yes.
the states and counties, et cetera. But they can make standards. Like a gallon is a gallon, whether you're in Alabama or Washington.
Right.
Right? A mile is a mile. Right? All these things are the same. So you just set a standard that says a vote is this based upon this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's district, et cetera.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
they know they're doing wrong.
Yeah.
There's no way a sane court would say, oh, no, of course they can gerrymander.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. There was one guy that stood up. He used to be a Democrat, switched parties. His name is Mike McDonnell. He thwarted the effort. They were not able to get a majority with him not agreeing to side with it. And he's like, it's so close to the election, everybody. If you want to change this rule, then change this rule, but do it after this election,
Yes.
and maybe put it up for a vote to the people.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, my God.
See what they want to do. But yeah, it would have silenced all of that. That entire congressional district. Because sometimes a pickle's not a pickle if it's a Mexican pickle.
Sometimes it's a jalapeno,
Yeah.
but not on a
But
stick.
that means, if a pickle is a pickle, then it's a misrepresentation otherwise.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which is a cousin to a lie.
I know.
Right?
It really much
So
is.
it's like,
yeah.
and the gerrymandering is a lie then, right? Because it disempowers the citizenry.
Yeah.
But for no good reason except to maintain the power of a minority group, meaning the party.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Yeah.
a little weird. It's that's where that gets lopsided. Parties are a problem, but we got to find a way to extricate ourselves from the power of them, not to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Blah. Thank you.
Well, our in-house philosopher hasn't been in for a while, but Kyle came in like 9 months ago or so, and remember he was talking about how society is doing well,
Oh, yeah.
how it's on an upswing
I think
right
about
now.
that a lot,
no
actually.
matter. And FBI just put out their crime statistics, their report for 2023. Takes a while to get them all compiled. But it showed that violent crime, as the mayor that we had on here in Renton also alluded to, that major crime is down. Violent crime is down. Rape is down. Murder is down. All that stuff is down from 2022. Violent crime dropped 3% 2022 to 23. Murder rates have seen the largest single-year decline in 2 decades.
That's nice.
Which is nice, right? So, Kyle, I guess you were right, brother.
Yeah, good. Thanks. Maybe he did that.
Yes, Kyle.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Kyle.
buddy. Yeah.
I got to get that guy back on the show.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's good radio.
Yes. Yeah.
I
his,
guess, yeah.
And his girlfriend, she wants to come on and talk dance.
That's right.
Stuff like that. Maybe even do a little
That would be
dancing for us. So it would be awesome.
Certainly.
So we'll get that arranged this winter. So yeah, good news there.
Those are nationwide statistics.
Nationwide 2022 to 2023. So 2023 over 2022. So in 2024, it sounds like we're still on that same low trajectory, right? That we're not facing a lot of violent crime this year. No matter how much somebody screams at the top of their lungs that it's becoming a cesspool and all that
That's
stuff.
awful. The only time that I remember, like a real viable presidential candidate just said that America was awful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
I mean, maybe somebody really believes they can make America better than it was.
Yes.
Let's just give any candidate that benefit of the doubt, right? But why would you say that it's just a cesspool?
A cesspool.
Just it won't even exist.
Yeah, it was great, 3.5 years ago when I was president, but just in 3.5 years, it's become a
hell
third
on
world
earth.
country. Yeah, it's a hell on earth. It's like, oh my God, dude.
That's crazy. to me.
Talk about
It's just crazy to me.
policies. Everybody, talk about what you're going to do, not, I don't know.
But that's not as able
No.
to move people as a them.
Yes.
As a dangerous them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I can tell you this, that they have,
Because these are dangerous.
yeah.
These nuts.
I can tell you this, that that campaign has mobilized the Haitian community to register to vote and to come out against the rhetoric that has been tossed in their direction.
So bad. It is
good
so
luck with
bad.
that.
It's so beneath us.
Yeah, and guess
So
where
beneath
where
us.
a lot of Haitians reside? Florida.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Not that I think the Democrats are going to be able to take Florida, but
Just
make it a little more challenging.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, and just to see that line is drawn and that nobody's worried about the, radical, supremacists and Nazis and the
Right.
freakazoids who just come out of the woodwork to do parades all of a sudden.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit. It's like, just to remind everybody that they are like just
We're
waiting.
still out here.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
Stand back, stand by,
Oh,
stand
man.
down, stand by.
We're better than that. We gotta be. And we can be. And we are. You know what I mean? It's like, that's ridiculous.
Boy, straight out of a action movie or a spy movie or a thriller movie, a guy named Michael Lynch and his daughter, he's a billionaire. He was the tech mogul that owned, I don't have it, Cyberstream security company that worked a lot with the U.S. and British intelligence.
Oh, man.
And this guy was on a yacht out just off the coast of Sicily.
It disappeared, right?
I think they know where it is. So it went down in a storm. But the thought is that this guy had a couple of airtight safes on the yacht, and and people there are like, we might want to protect this because we don't know what's in those safes. So like the Sicilian authority has been like, hey, we might need to get some additional security out here to secure the area so
James
nobody.
Bond already swam, but he skin dived.
I'm thinking it's probably already, if it's there, it's done. But, China and
It's
Russia
hard
would
to
both
find stuff.
love to get their
Ocean's
hands on
really
whatever's
hard to
there.
find shit in. It really is.
Yeah.
But there's some, no, they,
Well, it's a
Soviets, yeah. And let alone, man, I mean, even the cartels have submarines and shit now,
Yes,
too, man.
yeah.
It's not just navies.
No.
But I mean, navies have them, right?
Sure.
And just dive, but that would be a dive thing, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't submarine that. Hey,
Yeah,
fuck
I don't know
around
how
now.
deep it
I don't
is.
know. Have a what they call like the abyss suits. Boom.
I'm gonna send down a billionaire to
Lantern
collect it in
fish
a
behind you and
small
shit, yeah.
submersible.
I guess it depends on how deep it is.
Yeah.
On the anniversary of the Titan sub, somebody said, "So, are we starting an annual send billionaires to the Titanic?
No.
Are we gonna get this year? Can we,
Well,
can we
the
make,
last
one
one
this
was
year?
the spacewalk.
can we make
Yeah,
suggestions? You know?
Yeah, the last one was a spacewalk.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, his billionaire
Yeah.
went up, but he survived. I don't know if he's come back to Earth yet.
Yeah, there's a 3% fatality rate in space travel.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Oh no, it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys went out newly designed, never really
Spacesuits.
not tested
Yeah.
in space,
Right.
I guess.
Right.
And they had to evacuate the cabin they were in, then leave, then come back to an evacuated cabin. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
just because of the.
And fuck, however the fuck all that works,
Yeah.
but it beats the fuck out of me.
Because it didn't have like in the movies where you've got the airtight,
The airlock
get in
or
there, the
whatever?
airlock.
I don't know. Beats me.
Yeah.
Beats me. Because it's not
Man.
that big. Spaceships are always huge and shit.
Right,
It's like,
yeah.
it's like,
There's plenty of room.
Boats too. On TV, boats are fucking huge. You're like, you ever been on a boat, dude? I'm a tiny person. I'm like, fuck, it's cramped in here.
I keep banging my head on shit.
Oh, man.
Todd, you were on a boat for quite a bit. Didn't your mom have or a friend of your mom's or
My
something?
mom, when I was a teenager, had a boat for probably like 6 years, I
A
think.
sailboat, right?
Yeah, it was a
That's
30-foot
cool.
sailboat.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, we'd spend the summers out in San Juan Islands. Go out to, we'd go to Woodby. We'd go to Friday Harbor. We went to like San Juan Island itself on the other side of, because Friday Harbor is on one side of it. I think Roach Harbor, I think,
Roach.
on
Yeah.
the other side. And that was the time we went to
Roach.
Roach Harbor is when we saw Paul Allen's yacht. Which at the time was like the largest privately owned yacht. He had just bought it from Richard Branson,
Jeez.
and Richard Branson upgraded, I guess. But
Poor Paul Allen.
Did trade it.
it literally looked
Had
like
to slum himself.
It looked like one of
Used
the
yacht.
It looked like one of the smaller like Princess Cruise ships.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
I mean, it was
super duper
massive,
yacht,
but it was
yeah.
one of the smaller ones.
Oh my God. I think I did a project in Paul Allen's hangar because I went to look at a project
There
down
was a
there.
Nazi shit in there?
No,
No.
but it was like a whole bunch of cool like collectible like World War II planes and stuff like that.
All the
No, because he
all-
really does. He has a
Yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
different- yeah,
all
I'm
the
not making
World
that
War
up.
II planes at the Museum of Flight are his. That's his collection.
Okay, but yeah, this was at Boeing Field
Yeah.
in a private hangar, and they were just positioned like they were just collector stuff.
were you doing in there?
Some kind of cabling thing we were looking at, pulling a fiber or something. And
He
then
has before he passed away. I worked at the EMP for a season, and I learned a bunch about like his collectors. His collection is massive. He has a huge collection of science fiction and pop culture. He loves bass guitars. He has a thing for bass guitars. So if you ever go to that museum, there's a whole section of there that's all guitars, but it's mostly bass. There's a bass guitar from like 1910 in there, and then he. When it's not in the museum, is in a hermetically sealed warehouse in South Lake Union.
Nice.
And so, like, he has like
that's where he's at.
he's got. I don't know if it's still in the museum or if it's back in what they call it the archive. The archive has the Alien Queen. It has Captain Kirk's chair.
Nice,
from
the
Enter-
original.
The original.
Fuck yeah.
It has.
What?
Pretty much anything that's like rotated out of the museum goes back to the archive, and then
does he rotate it back in occasionally?
sometimes, yeah. Right. And last time I was there was like 10 years ago. They had like the first 5 pages of the Dracula manuscript on display. And he has the whole manuscript. He only had like the first 5 or 10 pages in the museum, though.
Wow, jeez.
So yeah.
Man, oh man,
I want to get a membership back at that museum. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, we went
Love going there.
not that long ago. Doesn't feel like that long
The
ago.
Mopop?
Mopop,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what it's called now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we went there
Mopop.
God, probably January, February timeframe, something like that.
I don't believe I know anybody that still works there because like I said, I worked there in 2010 for like one season.
Yeah. Yeah, the only collection I have right now is my daughter likes to, because she's got real long hair, she likes to ball up the loose hair, and then she leaves these little fucking hair balls.
So
all
good.
over.
Are you talking about in the shower?
No. I don't go into the girls' shower. They don't go into mine, which is great.
That's great.
You have a separate shower. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
Smart. So smart.
Yeah. No, she just, because her hair's so long when she's brushing and stuff, and it just gets everywhere, and she just like balls it up, and I'll find them in the dryer when I'm pulling her clothes out and stuff. But they're just like different places. I'm like, what the fuck? I can make a pillow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we can take it over to Tomato
Weave it
Tomato
into
and make it
something,
into like a voodoo doll.
Oh,
I should, yeah, a little hair doll.
Oh, jeez. I was thinking like a shawl.
So if you guys want to go find Mike Lynch's yacht, dive down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, who knows what's in there, but
That'd make a cool short story or something.
yeah, it would. Yeah, a little quick movie.
Because somebody's looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they
but
know
it's
where it is,
different.
though,
Remember
Mike.
that we had a ferry go down or that ship not even that far off the coast, but depending on where you're at, there can be tremendous movement.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
The tide takes things out and moves.
Yeah, and just even in places in deeper water that you wouldn't necessarily expect.
We need to find One-Eyed Willie's ship.
There was a time where I watched a lot of like treasure hunting shows on Discovery
Pretty
Channel.
cool, man.
They were great.
Everybody's-
There was one that they were looking out in the Florida Keys for what was it? Either way, it was a ship that was that sank out there like a long time ago.
Is that Bermuda Triangle?
No, I don't think it was part of the Bermuda Triangle, but it was like pirate. It was like pirate.
pirate, yeah.
Pirate.
I want to go. I want to take a boat out on the Bermuda Triangle. Just say we did it.
I don't want to be anywhere near the Bermuda Triangle. Thank you.
Want to warp us somewhere. If you could get warped by the Bermuda Triangle, that should be our top 5. Top 5 places the Bermuda Triangle sends you. I'm on Fantasy Island. Crossover time, bro.
I would love Mr. Rourke to.
With my luck, I would end up where Flight 19 disappeared to. You would never see me again.
But you would go somewhere cool.
I probably, but you would never see me again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it would be the last time anyone see me again.
Man, I don't know. It just might be a bucket list just to be.
I mean, to go to the Florida Keys would be kind of cool, but I don't really want to go anywhere
Have a
near
speedboat,
the triangle.
like drone. You're controlling it as you jumped out of a plane.
I mean,
You parachute down to your
if we had access to a UAV, like a remote submersible, that would be cool. I would love to do that. I would not want to go myself into that water.
Not to get way off topic, but is there anywhere in Washington that's like that? Anywhere within an hour or two drive of here that's like a vortex type?
There's a
there's
place,
one in Oregon. The Oregon.
yeah. There's the House of Mystery in Oregon. It's built on it's all optical illusions. I remember going as a kid.
Yeah, no, the Oregon Vortex. Yeah, for sure. Naomi's been there. Oh yeah.
Isn't it down like the south end of Oregon?
I'm looking it up right now. I've never been, dude.
I've been there.
If it's not in Renton proper, I'm like, oh, is it even real? This is like the Truman
I
Show.
was there. So keep the place is one of those things that you can roll something and it will go uphill. And like a roll up.
Okay.
Go up. And it's
But this is like a man-made
That house. Yeah.
Okay.
That house is
I'm thinking more like a Bermuda Triangle
Yeah,
No,
in.
that's what
but
this
close to that place there is
4 stars, bro.
there's a road in Oregon that does the same thing. I think it's still an optical illusion, but it's
Where is that?
I think that's
it's
somewhere
not
in
that,
Oregon.
that's the place I was.
Sardine
it?
Creek,
Yeah, that's the
Fort
place.
Worth, Gold Hill, Oregon.
Yeah, I've been there. I was in the early '80s.
Yeah, like I don't know, some people, especially the sensitives.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, there's a road in Oregon that does the same thing where you can park your car and it will roll uphill.
Oh man,
That's healthy.
that's spooky.
No, you put it, you park it. And
No,
you
yeah,
put
get it,
You
yeah.
put it neutral and it rolls uphill.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah, no, I just like Tanis or something around here, right? Just want to go see something.
I think that's the closest one I can think.
I mean,
Okay.
we could always go to all the filming locations for the X-Files and Twin Peaks.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Geez. No, I just thought it might be a fun road trip for us if it wasn't like an overnight thing or something.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
I mean, we could always just do the Goonies house.
Who's the big?
I've been to the Goonies house.
Yes,
We haven't been to the
I
Goonies
know.
house.
yeah.
And he invited us. If he's there, he said he'd take us on a nice indoor tour
What
of
a
the
guy.
entire
That
house.
would be great.
Yeah.
Dude, I cannot.
That kid's good radio.
We need to do that.
Yeah. Enthusiastic.
For sure. I wish I didn't have to do my real job that
I
day
know,
because I
it's
could have
such
spent
a
another hour
drag.
with him. But
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I gotta get back to work.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Come on, people
Jobs.
send us
God,
money.
Yeah.
Come on, help us quit our job.
Yes. Speaking of
Yes.
jobs, this has nothing to do with that, but Mike Science news: Earth is going to get a second moon.
Yeah.
For a very short time.
Yep.
This for 57 days, we're going to get a school bus size asteroid.
Big enough.
That's going to circle like a horseshoe around us. It's what are they calling it? PT5? Does that sound right? Mini moon asteroid PT5. It'll follow a horseshoe path around the Earth for 57 days. I'm not sure when it starts though, but it's pretty soon, right?
It says on September 29th.
29th, that's it. Yeah. So just a few days. We won't be able to see it with basic telescopes because it's not a real
No, that's
big
tiny,
thing.
actually.
Yeah.
And it's not in our atmosphere.
So we won't be able to see it with the naked eye.
No, but they will track it, and you can probably go to websites and see it.
Probably go to like NASA.gov
NASA, yeah.
or something and see.
Because it's not like, because it's, zooming towards something. There's probably either, zooming towards Jupiter and missed or came from some other side, right?
Yeah,
It's trying to get to
How much
Jupiter.
damage would a bus size?
Probably it depends on how
asteroid?
fast it's going and what it's
Yeah,
made
that's
of.
true.
Yeah.
I mean, is it? gonna
Hopefully
be-
it hits Chuck Norris and he's just like, he just single finger taps
or
it.
Kevin Sorbo. Come on. I mean,
It would actually, it would even, it
Just
would
gives
see
it a
Chuck
mean
Norris.
look.
It would,
Just
yes, exactly. It would
turn
just
around
stop.
and go back.
It would stop and go back.
have it
So
have
good.
it land on Kevin Sorbo's collection of Hercules memorabilia that he has from the 90s.
Does he have a bunch? Do you know?
I think.
No, probably. I would.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd
probably got
I
this
would
is me,
have sold
baby.
it by now.
This is me, baby.
He's probably got his loincloth hung up on a wall or something.
Oh, man.
He probably wears it.
Actually, no, he wore leather pants. I'm thinking of Tarzan, not like.
Oh, you're thinking of like Beastmaster, Mark Singer or something.
I was thinking of Tarzan, but
Is he still around?
I don't know. Is Mark Singer still alive?
I think so. Yeah, actually, when I
gotta
was
be in his
started
70s at
watching
least.
the miniseries V a couple months back, and I looked online.
That guy was huge.
He's in his 70s now.
Does he do Comic-Cons or anything? People pay for that guy.
I would think so.
Oh, for sure.
I would
Okay,
think so.
yeah.
I mean,
He was a huge part of our childhood.
At the
Yeah,
very
that was
least,
huge.
he-
Beastmaster was huge, dude.
At the very
Just
least, he's
cornball
probably
is
doing like
fantastic. So good.
He probably does all the signings that happen down in L.A. They have
Oh,
like
sure.
every
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
times
Closer to home or whatever.
2 or 3
Yeah.
times a year they have like signings.
What was the one? He's 76 years old.
He's Beastmaster. He was.
What was the one with the 3 swords? There was a sword, but it had 3
Was it not
blades.
Kroll? Was it Kroll?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name
Sword
of
of
it.
the Sorcerer?
Yeah, because just
Yeah, I
the
mean, they could
middle.
shoot out.
The middle,
Yes, and then he could launch
Oh
them.
my
the middle
God,
blade
so
was like
good.
was a projectile.
I feel like I was in 5th grade or some shit when that came out.
Yeah. Him and Lori, what was her name? Lori,
I don't know.
damn, it was she was in Beastmaster with it. She was like in a bunch of movies
You
with
in
him
or
and stuff.
something?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, Lori Singer is his sister.
Oh.
But I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Let's see.
Adrian Barbeau.
Beastmaster, Watchers.
Adrian Barbeau was the voice of Catwoman on the Batman
Beastmaster,
animated
Prisoner
series.
Savage.
Geez, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's great.
No, it had to be early, right?
Beastmaster, I think the TV series was like in the 90s, I think.
No, I was just thinking about that stupid.
Oh, that movie. Okay.
Oh,
movie.
yeah. I want to say either, yeah. No, geez.
I'm
Kroll's the
dark.
one with the, oh man, I don't remember.
But we could
That was
sit
a
and
long
ask him.
time ago. That was the 80s, dude. That was back in the
Tax
after
and
Conan
brain
came out,
cells.
they're like Conan and then like Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, we got to cash in, boys. Got to cash in. Every
my
weird
God.
fantasy movie. Plus, there was cocaine.
Yeah.
You put all that together.
Yeah, it was him and it was what was the Airwolf guy, Jan and Michael Vincent
The
were
Sword and
like
the Sorcerer,
Sword and the Sorcerer. yeah.
1982.
Was that
Oh,
what it was?
so good.
And that's him, right?
So good.
Let's see.
No, I don't think
No,
that's
no, it
Mark
wasn't
Singer.
him,
No,
was it?
No. It's
I did a search for like fantasy movie with
Three-bladed sword.
Yeah, Jan Michael Vincent was just.
You can watch it on Freevee right now, or Pluto.
Beastmaster?
No,
Sword and the Sorcerer.
Sword and the Sorcerer. It's got Lee Horsley, Kathleen Beller, Simon.
That was Lee Horsley was in that?
Simon McCorkindale.
He was
Simon McCorkindale?
Yeah.
You're making that up.
That's the dude's name. That's the guy from Automan.
Simon McCorkindale? That is the greatest name of all time.
Lee Horsley was Matt Houston. Do you remember Matt
yeah,
Houston
absolutely.
back in the day?
Richard Mall was in it too.
Man. Okay, I'm going to have to watch this.
Yeah, I kind of think I should.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. What'd you say it was on, Todd?
It's on Freevee and
I'm on it.
on Pluto TV and Tubi.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw this in
It's
theaters
all on the
for sure,
free.
dude.
It's
For
on,
sure.
It's on all of the free streaming sites.
I bet, me and Steve Stewart, I'll bet you $1.
That you guys went and-
I'm going to message him tonight and ask. I bet we did, dude.
Oh my God.
Because we were getting into D&D at the same time, man. It's-
Yeah.
Oh, it
Did you play D&D for a while?
It
I
wasn't
did,
the
I
center
did.
blade that shot out. It was
Does
the
it
two
show?
outside blades that shot out.
It got me interested in like comparative religion, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mythos and shit and why,
Yeah.
It
That
says
sort of
here,
thing.
a mercenary with a three-bladed sword rediscovers his royal heritage dangerous future when he is recruited to help Princess foil the design.
Really?
Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, it's a three-bladed sword. It's terribly impractical.
It's like a.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not like a katana, but it's like a broadsword with three.
Yeah.
With three blades, it's going to be heavy.
Yeah, it's 20 pounds of fucking steel forward. That's great. But they can shoot, though, right?
But they can shoot.
Yeah.
The
No, that's
outer-
every kid I bet, dude, I'm like, oh, it's a...
I'm surprised that wasn't a toy.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, in other science news, boys, parts of the Sahara Desert are turning green
Oh, good.
because there's been torrential downpours of rain. So pockets of plant life are popping up in like Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya.
Because it
And if
was
you-
that way.
Yeah, it was one point a giant lake there or something, right? But yeah, if you look at the satellite images, you can see like a strip of green
That's not-
coming across.
And where is this at?
Sahara Desert, Northern Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just crazy.
A couple years back, I saw a YouTube channel
I bet it's
talking about the eye of the Sahara or the Recot structure or whatever it's called, and they were basically saying how that's possibly the site of Atlantis because of the how it's designed and everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you the videos, and made me go, well, that's probable, I guess, because apparently thousands of years ago that part of Africa was underwater. So
Yeah, is that Plato? Who does the...
yeah, the Atlantis story was like
Oh,
Plato's
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, geez. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool. I don't know how long it'll last, but, with the weather patterns and the climate change and stuff that's happening now, who knows?
Well, yeah, weather patterns are
If
changing, aren't they?
if it becomes significant, do you think
Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
Disney might build a new park there?
Yeah.
They'll get it cheap.
Parking lot. Like something to pay them over.
Yeah.
Hurry up, Bobby.
Yeah, so
We're gonna need another Timmy.
speaking of paving over, boys, end of an era, the final Kmart in the contiguous United States is closing its doors. It's in Bridgehampton, New York. I think that's Long Island. Set to close on October 20th. Keep in mind that there is still a mini Kmart in Miami. Doesn't have like appliances and stuff. And there are Kmart stores in Guam and the U.S. Virgin Islands. But the last basic one here in the continental U.S. Goes
I
back
wonder
to...
if the peak how many there were. There's a
I'll
lot.
let you know
Oh,
right
wow.
now. Well, in 2005, Kmart and Sears merged. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
At that time, there was around 1,400 Kmart stores, 2005.
Right.
So less than 20 years ago, there was 1,400
A lot
Kmart
that's enough
stores.
to have their own brand of stuff,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? Two
Yeah.
stores, you don't have your own brand of stuff,
No,
right?
no.
I mean-
but I remember the one in Kent right down here because when I had to go to the office, it was in like North Auburn on West Valley. So I would often go up to lunch and hit the Goodwill surplus, whatever it is, the Goodwill wholesale right there in
The one
Kent.
it's just
Yeah, and,
oh,
and the Kmart was right there next to it.
Yeah.
But
I remember being the one here in Renton in,
Oh, it's
in the
great, man.
early
Yeah.
80s
Yeah.
and experiencing a blue light special for the first time.
oh, did it go off? And
Yeah, so if you guys are not familiar or if you're not,
So
not old
good.
enough to remember, Blue Light Special was basically they were trying to do like a flash sale, get rid of all of what's in stock. So they would have a light that would come out on like a dolly or whatever, and it would turn on it would like a flashing like it's
Yeah, like a
a
spinning
light
blue
light
light.
on top
Like
of
a cop light.
Thank you, a cop light, but then they would have like an alarm sound go over the PA system. Blue light special on blah 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 on aisle 15,
Yeah.
and everyone in the store would run to that aisle, and
to save $1.
Yeah.
I mean,
Whatever it was,
yeah. But I remember hearing stories of a blue light special on Cabbage Patch Kids, and I remember hearing about a woman who got stampeded
Oh,
by a
man.
bunch of old women.
Oh, Jesus.
Got ran over and they stomped on them. Yeah.
Well, I would say Cabbage Patch Kids right now, better investment than Beanie Babies, and definitely probably a better investment than Trumpo cereal.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Good callback, pal.
my friend Shannon got a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah.
And she got a real Cabbage Patch Kid, and she also got a bootleg Cabbage Patch Kid.
Nice. I want the bootleg.
No, yeah, totally. It's all the Twilight Zoned out and shit. I'm ready.
And I remember seeing on the news the difference between the two. They were relatively close in the way they looked.
They were not attractive.
No.
They were ugly babies.
Yeah.
But the difference was that the real ones had tattoos on their butt cheeks.
No.
That's how you knew.
It was an autograph of the owner of the company.
Oh, man.
His signature on the right butt cheek, I think.
Oh,
People are
jeez.
crazy.
That's, man. Well, speaking of crazy, and I don't know if this is crazy because I don't necessarily disagree with it, but have you guys heard about the Swiss death capsule? It's called the Sarco. It's a futuristic looking little capsule. And what happens is if you want to commit suicide, you climb into the capsule, close it up, and you push the button from inside, and it basically releases nitrogen so that you die of hypoxia, right? So there's a company, I don't know.
That's in Sweden?
It's in, yes. Not Sweden.
Switzerland.
Switzerland. But an American woman went over and used this machine. In Switzerland, it's legal to have assisted suicide.
Right.
And then they just
But it
come and
wasn't
get you or
assisted.
something?
This wasn't assisted because she got in it. So if she had gotten in the capsule and somebody else pushed the button, I guess it would have been fine. But because she did it herself and they gave her the means to do it, the government is like, shut them down. So I don't get the politics of it, but this is just the story. But
I mean,
it's
this
just
is straight up.
They just on the side of the road. It's like,
This
what the fuck is going on there?
This is literally like an episode of Futurama.
kinda, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember because it was like the first episode even.
Yeah.
Fry goes thinking it's a payphone,
yeah.
and he goes in and it's got a
Right.
bunch of blades and stuff. He's trying to stab him. He's like, "What the hell? Oh my god!" it's like robot arms are lashes. He's trying to stab him with a knife. And he's like, "Ooh, ah."
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, it almost looks like the pod of a Gundam. You know, the Gundams.
Oh, yeah.
It
Good
totally
call.
looks like something like
Yeah.
that. Check it out. It's like blue and white. It almost has like an R2D2 Gundam look to it. But it's just a bizarre story. So it's legal over there, which, you know, for me, it's almost like, I don't know, suicide is ending one's life, and call the suicide helpline. I don't know how to do this without.
I think it's 988.
Oh, sure. But
I'm not making light of it at all.
Illegal in the United States.
I think in a lot of places
I
it
think
still
it
is.
was at one time, but that seemed like an avenue to get you into involuntary.
Yeah.
But I bet if you try to take your own life, you can be put into involuntary.
Yeah, and I don't know if
Custody
there's
or
like
whatever.
requirements, because remember Dr. Kevorkian and all that stuff. I think he's since died.
Yeah,
but
I guess that's a
He actually went to prison too.
I think
yeah.
he did.
Because he was assisting someone.
Yes.
Right? It's not like
For the record, you can call or text 988 for help.
no, yes,
Yes.
and please do.
Yes.
And please do.
Yeah.
And if you search,
sure.
Google for the suicide hotline, it will give you the number and it will give you an option to do a chat online with somebody, or go to the website.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't necessarily have an issue with people controlling their own destiny like that.
Yeah.
The
But
way
I'm sure there are legal ramifications like
Yes.
insurances
Yes.
and who knows what else.
The
You know what I
way,
mean?
the way I look at it is you're just transferring your pain onto your family members and your friends.
At times. But if somebody's old and sick or just sick, you know what I mean? It's like, I kind of get it, right?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever known anybody who was old and sick wanting to end their life. The only people I've known who've done that, and they were not old and they were not sick.
Sure.
They were mentally unwell, but they were not sick.
Sure.
and-
but I think the Kevorkian stuff is for that.
Yeah, I mean they've given a certain amount of time to live. They're in pain.
You know, if you're stage 4 cancer and the pain medication doesn't help anymore, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely talk to somebody before you make any decisions.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Whole nother side of the spectrum story. We talked about P. Diddy last week. Apparently, he is sharing a dorm-style cell in New York with Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy that the NFT or the Bitcoin
I don't know who that is.
robber baron.
What was Sean Combs charged with? Do you know?
Do you remember
I think it
we
was like
talked about
sex
this?
crimes,
It was sex
right?
crimes,
And he's in
kidnapping.
the same, not only the same facility, but the same tier
cell.
of cell as a financial fraudster.
Yeah.
That's something weird.
Yeah, and his lawyer came out because everybody was asking about the 1,000 bottles of lube. We kind of joked about that, and the lawyer was kind of like, "Well, there's a Costco near every single one of his homes, so he just goes to Costco and he
Buys a whole pallet full of them.
gets the Costco size."
You know what I saw a couple days ago that I was like, he's going to prison for all the same things that Trump has been guilty of.
Kinda.
Well,
Except for the arson part.
Well, and sex trafficking.
Sex trafficking,
right,
yeah.
stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
I think, yes. I mean, that's.
I don't know, man.
That's a thing, right?
Yeah, and if he's guilty and he's innocent until proven guilty,
Yeah,
but
100%.
spend
He's
all
done
the rest of your
more
life
But
behind bars.
The things
But then I think they found weapons there too, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that can become an additional charge, right?
Yeah, he's going to do time.
Geez, well, we'll see about that.
Well, I mean, I don't know how you get around the weapons charge and
He's a
stuff.
billionaire.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
a lot of funny
Stretch
videos
it out
of
for the
people
next 12
reacting.
years.
People reacting to his music, going ooh, and changing the station as it comes on. It's like, no.
He produced a bunch of shit. I mean, his stuff is corny, but he produced a bunch of stuff.
The stuff that he produced for other people are the stuff that I like. The
Yeah.
stuff he did for himself, with the exception of the "I'll Be Missing You," which was he ripped off
The Police song.
Police song.
Yeah.
And he actually, from what I understand, he made Sting perform with him on stage at the MTV Awards that year. I don't know how he managed to talk.
I don't think anybody makes Sting do anything.
Well, no, but he legitimately he did something to get him to hey, you're gonna do this.
Yeah.
So
I think he sampled that too without getting prior permission, and now
did, yeah.
Sting got like tons of money from it, or he gets like all the royalties from it or something.
I think he
just
sued
get
him for it. Yeah.
Perpetual
But
case.
Yeah.
Huh, geez, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, you guys missed your shot.
Bad.
I know you guys were looking for a mansion in Chicago, and you missed your shot. Michael Jordan has finally found a buyer for his $14.9 million mansion in Chicago. He's had it on the market for 12 years. It's been sitting empty for most of that. It's all ornate. Yes, it's all ornate. It's got like a 23 on the gates to come in. It's got like a whole Michael Jordan basketball court inside. It's got a swimming pool, all this stuff. It's very Michael Jordan everywhere. So I would, thought some ridiculously rich, Sam Bankman-Fried or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Scarelli was the farmer bro.
Than they're used to.
Yeah.
It's location.
I mean, he put it on the market 12 years ago for $25 million, and then he kicked it down to 14.9 in 2015.
That it cost $100,000 to run that estate.
It probably cost a shit ton of money.
$100,000 a month.
Yeah.
I bet you it does.
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
And he's got like groundskeepers and
the
security.
whole shebang. But no other Chicago Bull wanted that, or
I
Chicago
don't know. It
Bear
doesn't
or
make any
anything?
sense.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought.
You would have thought somebody, because it's Michael Jordan, right? And he's like the greatest
Who's mad
Chicago
about that?
basketball sports guy.
Oh, he's huge.
It's funny. I remember recently hearing people saying who was the GOAT as far as basketball, and a bunch of people said LeBron. And then one guy goes, well, what about Jordan? And everyone else is like, what about Jordan?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow basketball all that much.
As
So
far as the statistics, he made it big time. He took it into the big time.
He made it way cooler than it was. That's all I remember, because I remember everything being about Michael Jordan back in the 90s. I wasn't even a sports guy. I mean, I was made to play sports as a kid just because my mom made me get out and get some energy out, whatever. But I remember the Dream Team being a huge thing.
Yeah.
I watched. It was
because pros could go to the Olympics.
Finally, yeah.
I mean, to me that makes sense, because you have to be a professional level athlete to be in the Olympics, right?
No, it was always an amateur athlete to be in the Olympics.
But you have to be a certain level of athlete before you can go to the Olympics.
We have to qualify in some
I got
means.
2 words for you. Australian breakdancing.
I mean, what I'm saying is, back then you had to have a certain level of skill to be in the Olympics.
Oh, sure. And
then,
it used to be, in basketball, it used to be all college players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but I remember that it being a huge thing, because all these professional players who played for money for decades at that point are now going to the Olympics, and we're going to see like all these big names from all these different teams. There's my phone. All playing on the same team, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to be cool." So
U.S. almost got beat by South Sudan, though.
Just recently.
Yeah, in the Olympics.
Yeah.
It was great, and I mean the American team is ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I see it though, because it's also not about. It's about the people. The Olympics, right? That's kind of the thing. So I see why the amateur thing, I get that, right? But then it also means that people who don't have to have a day job, they can still be an amateur if they're sponsored by their host country.
And you do want the best of the best of the best, right?
Sha'Carri Richardson, looking at you, kid. Sha'Carri Richardson is a apex human being.
Yeah.
That kid was rocking the Olympics.
Yeah. So, speaking of GOATs,
we can have we'll make it next time.
What's that?
The Olympics.
The Olympics.
Season 12 of
breakdance.
Season 12 of The Masked Singer started last night, and the first person voted out turned out to be Elway.
John Elway.
Yeah. And his costume was like this like sea slug thing.
What the?
And the first person to get voted off the show is usually one who's super famous but cannot sing, but is singing on a show. And I was like, when he started singing, I was like, oh, he's getting voted off tonight.
Yeah.
So last year was Shatner. So,
but that was Cartman's fantasy dad was John Elway, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and it turns out that the whole team was his dad that year.
I thought his mom was his dad.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, but I remember.
My God.
I remember there was like the possibility of that year's Broncos was like his dad.
No, man. Geez.
The entire team.
So good.
Oh, my God. Well, speaking of 90s TV shows, and we are going to do our top 5 this week. Top TV shows, top 5 TV shows of the 90s. So go to patreon.com, look us up, or go to the members only section of our website.
It's pretty cool.
Sign up and you'll get that bonus content. But just speaking of 90s TV, boys, Friends, the TV show Friends, is now 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's bonkers.
It's nuts.
They actually moved the fountain because the original location was at the Warner Brothers Ranch, which recently sold, and then they leveled the entire property. Everything was gone. That's where they filmed Bewitched and the
original Bewitched?
Yeah, the original series. They filmed the Waltons there. They filmed what was that TV show with Danny Bonaducci and his family?
Oh, the Partridge Family?
Partridge Family was filmed.
Where was Friends supposed to be? Is that New York?
Yeah, but the fountain was actually on that property.
Okay, that they dive in the beginning.
Yeah, and it was in a section of that, because it was a back lot, and in that section of the back lot was made to look like New York. And they moved the fountain over to the main Warner Brothers lot.
Is that fountain based on something in New York that we know of? Just a fountain that they...
It was just a fountain that they used for the opening scene.
Anybody a Friends fan? Did you watch Friends?
I've never seen an episode.
I watched a handful of episodes, and I did watch the reunion on
which was relatively recently,
in the last year, last couple of years anyway.
Before Chandler died. Right?
Yeah, right before he died. I mean, it was like months before he died.
Yeah.
And it's on
that's an awful
Peacock.
story.
It's on Peacock, I think. It's either Peacock or Paramount Plus, one of the two. And I watched it, and it was kind of funny. They talked about a bunch of scenes that where there's a lot of improvisation and whatnot. So,
Yeah, I seem to remember being married to the second ex-wife and maybe watching like a season and then kind of losing interest in it.
yeah.
But I remember sort of watching. I couldn't tell you much about it.
I watched a handful of episodes, and Chandler's character was funny, and
I did like his sense of humor.
yeah. And then there was what was the character that had he was the dad to a kid whose mom was a lesbian or whatever.
Oh, the David Schwimmer.
Character,
yeah.
Those two characters I thought were funny. Joey I thought was stupid.
Yeah.
Joey was just unbelievably dumb. And yeah.
Friends, how many of us have them? Yeah, my niece, my wife's brother's daughter, is a huge Friends fan. So she goes back and watches, and she's like seen the whole series, and then she starts it over again. And
So she's like that girl from that one movie we watched a couple months back. The one who wanted to watch Friends on DVD during the apocalypse.
oh yes, but there was an issue with like something didn't work or something.
She was it was not available on any streaming sites, and she wanted to watch it.
Oh, that's right. And then she finally found
Final
the
season,
DVD.
in their safe house.
Oh, that's because she didn't see the last episode, or is the final season or something.
That movie was really dumb.
Yeah, that was the one with
That was weird. Julie
Marshall
Roberts,
Ali.
Marshall.
Jeez. Boys, speaking of dumb, Coke had a new permanent flavor that they came out with back in February. It was called Coke Spiced.
Yeah, it's like a raspberry
But
flavor.
it was raspberry flavor, so they
was
have
good.
decided to discontinue it. I guess
man,
it didn't
Chris.
sell enough.
Chris and Christina, I'm sorry to tell you.
Oh, are they big fans of it?
They were buying it all the time.
Oh man, well they could go stock up right now.
Hey, how long does the Coke sit? If you
A couple of years, I would think.
Probably a year, 6 months.
get
I mean,
I don't know. In Fallout, you can drink Nuka-Colas from
Nuka-Colas, yeah.
Hot Rodders of the Apocalypse.
Do
Will
we
have
really
some
know how
sodas.
long in Fallout? Do we know how long it's been?
I can't remember.
But
They
they
do tell
really
you.
do know.
It's like 100 years or
All
something.
right, well,
Yeah. Yeah. So if you, I'd never tried it. I'm not a raspberry
you
fan.
know what?
So
It was good. I enjoyed it. It's not one that I went out of my way to buy.
yeah.
I mean, I did buy it a couple times because it was good, and I wanted another one. But it wasn't like I would consistently buy it. Chris and Christina were buying it like every time they go to the store.
We just tried the Oreo one a couple weeks ago.
What do you guys think?
Very sweet. It did have sort of an Oreo tinge to it.
Yeah,
It seemed kind of vanilla-y.
Very vanilla. Very cream.
Vanilla and cream is what it
Yeah.
looks like to me.
But yeah, just overly. And it was a
I
Coke
haven't had an
Zero.
Oreo in
Yeah.
a minute.
I-
But they mean the Oreo filling.
Yeah.
Oh, not the chocolate
It's
and
not
all
the
that.
chocolate.
That's what I had assumed anyway. But
That's
So you could just get vanilla Coke then.
just give vanilla
With
Coke
whatever.
and then add a little bit of cream to it. And that's
a little
the
bit of
thing.
raw, yeah.
A little bit of JD.
Manganese.
Make it better.
Basically, do a
Jazz and fountain, five fountain
Laverne. Remember her Pepsi and
Oh, the milk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that-
Pepsi and milk.
Yeah.
That was a thing. Yeah.
I never tried that. Have you guys ever tried that?
No, but it kind of feels like it would be a root beer float or a Coke float.
Yeah, something
kind of a
like
thing.
that.
God, I forgot about Coke floats.
Yeah. I love a root beer float. That's my
Me too.
favorite.
Sorry for that. Just because, I mean, it's just an extra step. You know what I mean? It's nice.
Yeah.
'Cause you can have a dish of ice cream and a soda, but you put them together.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
know
the
what I
best
mean?
thing about that though
Yeah, you can
is
use orange pop. You can use all sorts of stuff.
the way that the ice cream kind of foams up when you put it in
Yes. Yeah. That's great.
No, it isn't. So good.
So good. You're making me want one right now.
I do too, yeah.
Boys, Joe Taslim, who stars in the 3-season show Warrior, says the show will not be back now for
bummer.
a 4th season. I think I've watched the first season
I
and
watched
maybe
the first
season and
I
a
watched
half.
the first 2 seasons, and that show is based on the original script that Bruce Lee wrote that became Kung Fu.
Without him. Yeah.
Without him.
And his daughter, Shannon, is the executive producer of Warrior.
Yeah, great show.
It is a really good show.
Absolutely.
It's got a 96 audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes and a 93 critic rating on Rotten
It's really good.
Tomatoes.
It's
So for a kung fu
That's great.
western,
Oh, yeah.
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 I mean, it's turn of the century. It's not really Western, is it? I mean,
I still would consider a
'Cause
western.
you're in
Yeah.
San Francisco, right?
San Francisco, turn of the century.
Oh man, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's really cool.
It's
I mean,
cool, but
all
then he
these-
starts doinking like a really dangerous white woman.
Yes.
And at that point, I'm like, man, you don't have the sense God gave a popsicle stick, dude.
It wasn't the mayor's wife, but it
something
was
like
the.
that, dude.
It was
Something where
some
I'm just like, oh, you're
some
dumb.
politicians.
some
Yeah.
politician's
There's no
wife
way
is
you're gonna get away
stupping her.
with this.
Yeah. Thank God she has that art room.
Right?
Whatever
I
it
need
was.
to go back and rewatch that show because it was so good.
It started on Cinemax, which became Max, and then Netflix just acquired all 3 seasons to stream it.
I thought it was on HBO that became Max.
Maybe it was HBO that became Max, one of those.
Bring back Max.
But everybody had the hope that Netflix might go ahead and produce a 4th season, but it sounds like, according
not.
to this actor, they're not going to do it. So
I mean, after I think season 2, it started to kind of peter out a little bit.
okay, kind of regurgitated the same stuff.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be going anywhere like exciting or.
There was a lot of hardcore fight scenes.
There
in
were,
there. It
oh
was
my
pretty
god,
cool.
the fight sequences were just like unreal.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a rough time.
And
Yeah.
like you believe these guys are wanting to kill each other. It's how good it was.
Yeah. Well, speaking of entertainment, guys, an industry group that represents the 8 largest movie chains, including AMC Entertainment, Regal, and Cinemark, they have committed $2.2 billion to redo a bunch of theaters in Canada and the U.S. And the thought process behind this is that they are going to renovate the theater, put in new seats, new carpeting, that kind of stuff, but they're also going to put in like arcades, pickleball courts, all kinds of stuff, better sound systems, improved concessions, bowling alleys,
So
all
it's
that
going to be
kind of stuff.
Lewis and Clark, basically.
Yes.
Bring back the silent rooms for families.
Oh,
That's what they should do.
Oh, so the fainting area.
The room for people who have babies.
yeah.
Let them be in the silent room where they can watch the movie and the rest of us can watch it in peace.
Jeez, that's a great idea.
Yeah. No issue there.
I call that shit VIP,
Yeah.
bro. That's what that is.
There's a small like ma and pa cinema out in Kingston, Washington. It's an old fire station. They have one, and it's great. It's a small, like 3-screen cinema, and the big one has a quiet room where, you know, if you have a baby and you want to go see a movie and you can't leave the baby at home, you can go in there, you can still watch the movie, you can still enjoy it, and if the baby's crying, it's not going to interrupt anybody else's experience.
Yeah, nice. I like
He's
it.
just surprisingly resilient. You'd be surprised where you could leave him.
And they bounce. So this is
And
gonna,
they stay crispy in milk.
this is going to encompass 21,000 screens, or basically 70% of the North American movie theater market. So other things that they're going to do is like rope courses, better air conditioning, new signs, just update everything because movie going has been on a decline. Oh my God, who's here? Who's sneaking in?
What's up, Jeffrey?
Are you okay?
No, you are
He can't hear me.
Very good to see you.
I wanted to bring something up. You know that
Yes.
sign right there? The
Yes.
our podcast sign?
Yeah.
And it looks like you have a little, oh, maybe that's a computer.
Yeah.
But it would be cool to do a little experiment.
Yeah.
You like
Right.
experiments?
You hang that our
Yes.
sound, sorry, right here in the window.
Yeah.
Just leave it on.
Okay.
And then maybe do one of those stickers on the outside of the window so that you can get more traction.
Oh,
geez,
yeah.
That's very kind. I mean, reel that in. Come on.
Well, it would help me out a lot because then I'd be able to see where you guys are at right now with
Oh, yeah.
people. We could just do a start and then just kind of.
That's a great idea. Oh, to use the data. You're thinking like a chess master. Nice.
Yeah, I just was driving by and I was like, I should talk to you guys about that.
Yeah.
Because it's important to.
Yeah, if you don't mind us putting a little hook in and then we can just use that outlet that's up there.
Yeah, use the outlet right up there. And, you know, obviously as close
Yeah.
as you can there.
Yeah, I could put just a little teacup hook into the wood with a little piece of chain drop down.
I mean, there's
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I just thought I'd bring that up and then somehow get one of those
QR code?
QR code with find us on whatever.
Yeah.
Do a
Yeah.
thing and then put it on the window. Like I got those stickers from what's his name at Rich.
Oh, down the street.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich Sweeney. Yeah. The Red Printer.
Yeah, exactly.
Gee,
Right on.
good call.
So I just thought I'd run that by you.
Thank you,
guys.
Jeffrey. That's very nice. Very nice.
Well, that will go. How's it going?
That's good.
Fine, yeah, good.
Making it happen?
Did you enjoy yourself at the Gong Show?
That's what I want.
Yeah, sure. Appreciate you coming out.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Good.
The last two the comedians were a little unsettling.
Yeah.
You know,
They were a little out of practice.
a little out of
Yeah.
practice, which was fun. I
Yeah.
respect that, but as far as the content and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
okay. That was a little blue.
Yeah.
We had
I can handle it.
we had 7 acts that didn't show.
Yeah.
There's 7 acts that didn't show.
That didn't
Yeah.
show in some way, shape, or
Yeah,
form.
so
Some
it's-
that day, some earlier that day, and some like Thursday, Friday before. It was like, oh, okay.
It was a lot
So
of
it was like,
gambling.
man, we got
We
to
were
fill
trying
some
to
time.
stretch it, but oh man, I know.
Yeah, Mary-
I appreciate your support.
First time seeing a Gong Show since Chuck Barris was thrown out.
Nice.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
and Marianne and Romeo are both professional comedians, but they haven't done any shows in a while.
Yeah, they said that too. They were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, so
we need-
troopers to jump up and do stuff.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe they should have been the unknown.
Oh man.
Oh, his,
That guy was okay.
Son of a bitch.
his
I can't remember with the ending comments. It's like you were like trying to follow this guy, like a Norm Macdonald, but
I
not
guess,
Norm
yeah.
Macdonald.
Yeah, lots of zingers, I think.
yeah, the unknown comic was basically just he would tell dad jokes, really terrible.
But I do like that pig on the farm joke.
Yes.
Most of them were not. When they did the revival series like 3 or 4 years ago with Michael Myers as the host, They didn't have the Unknown comic. They had other characters that would have like a recurring thing.
Unknown Comics Eternal.
It's like Super Dave Osborne.
Yes.
It's that guy. Exactly the same thing.
Quick question for you.
Yeah.
We've got the gals from Coastal Paranormal that want to do an episode where they do ghost hunting. Do you know anybody that owns a building here in downtown Renton that would let us go in and do a little ghost hunting somewhere?
You mean like this place?
Well, we did because they came in like 2 or 3 months ago, and we did a little in the back room, trying to
Going
find.
downstairs.
Can we get down there?
Sure.
Just through the
Yeah, behind
that bookcase? How big is that space down there?
Is this on the air?
Oh, it's amazing, dude.
Is it?
Oh, it's nuts.
Okay, that might work
The entire
then.
length of the building is wide and unobstructed.
Yeah.
We can go down there a bit.
Yeah, that's
Okay, that's
what
the
I was
rub.
thinking. Yeah, that's the rub.
I mean,
That's
if
the
I'm
rub.
here,
Okay.
I can help navigate that.
Okay.
Oh, you're a good man. You're a good man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
When we did it up here, it was like,
Yeah, they've got like their little
got devices,
cameras and
yeah.
devices and all kinds of stuff.
Blair Witch Project.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's down there.
I'm down. We should.
There's a mannequin down there sitting in a
No, man.
Oh, we're doing it.
wheelchair.
This is how we can find out if those ladies listen to the show. If we won't tell it.
I have a video on my phone.
Mrs. Bates, what are you doing here?
Send us a video. And I'll share it.
20 feet that way
Yeah.
is a little room. 2 rooms, actually. And it looks like it's a room with stuff to fix the building. And then there's a room behind that. You go in, and then you go in this, I opened up that door, and it's someone lives there.
What?
Someone sleeps there. Drugs, needles,
Oh my gosh.
guns. Nuts.
How long ago was that? Within the last year? Yeah.
Oh my God. So someone's living down
It
there?
was amazing. It was like,
I wonder how they get down there.
well, you can get down there
Yeah.
through the backs of all these businesses.
Is it the wine guy? Is it the old golden oldies? Yeah. Oh, down there for sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, yeah. We'd have to go down there because our water purifier was right there, right? And our grease trap and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
worthwhile.
neat down there. Yeah.
Because it can be put together in such a way that is fun, and we're not hurting anything.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody has access
Charles,
down
we should
there.
add him to the group chat.
He offered me access down there too, and I was like, I don't have any
Need for it. Yeah, if you think the landlord's cool with it,
Anthony? Oh yeah, he'll be fine.
okay.
We're not-
That was the only thing is we're not fucking up
We didn't
anything.
want to mess with it because we didn't want to.
Yeah.
The guys at the antique store next door, the cidery or whatever, they have access down there. They keep a whole bunch of shit down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of.
Yeah, as long as we're not tripping over stuff and messing anything up,
No.
we're just going to be filming.
No, just it's kind of short and creepy. Like,
Yeah.
Creepy's good.
Yeah.
Just like you want.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, we'll see you guys. Yep, cheers.
Peace.
And yeah, help yourself.
Okay. All right.
Up there, and we'll see how that goes. And,
Yeah. Walking in.
They can know once you put it up there, make a note as to what your numbers are
Okay.
for purposes.
Yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
If I can get that information.
Okay.
And we'll put it up there for a month or 2 and
See what happens.
just kind of keep watching it.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Jeff. Ladies and
Oh, what a
gentlemen,
guy.
Jeff
I know,
Lawrence,
dude.
thanks for stopping
I
by.
mean, just blockbuster after
He
blockbuster.
just comes
sleeping out
in
of that
and
guy.
just-
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
It's great.
Just, he hits it on every cylinder.
Yeah, he's, man, I'm glad that he feels that way.
And maybe we got a spot.
Yeah.
Unless we come up with
Because
something
no, I
different.
guarantee it's, yeah.
Creepy as hell.
I can send you
Creepy
the image
enough.
of the QR code if you want to print something out on it.
Yeah, we'll track it then.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, we can.
We need to figure out like a counter.
I mean, we could probably do like I think TinyURL does like QR codes, and you have to pay for that though. The one the one QR code that I had used before that does tracking, that costs that's like $10 a month or something.
Yeah.
Or $5 a month.
Yeah, the only worry I have is it's not a real expensive fake neon, LED neon, and I have another one for my other business, and it's starting to a little burn out because I used to just leave it on in the office, and it might just be something else, but I just would worry that leaving it on 24/7 would burn it out.
Yeah, geez.
Put it on a timer so
I could put it on a timer, yeah.
so it comes on at dusk and comes off when it bright.
Like 3 o'clock in the morning or something, because nobody's supposed to really be.
But I think there is a QR code that you can get through the link tree. It's a very least like the QR code goes to the link tree, and the link tree has like analytics for clicks and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get the timer and the hanger for next week, and we set it up if you can figure out the QR code thing.
Yeah, I'll
Send it to me, and I'll just get a sticker printed.
Okay.
Sticker.
get your Cricut working.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think I need the Cricut. Well, we got to do it as a water vinyl.
Did you put it on the outside?
Well, we could just hang a thing in the window.
I think that's great. Yeah,
Just a piece of paper in the window.
Yeah, I mean,
As long as
he said to put it on the outside.
I know he did, but man, that's a big step.
Yeah.
Unless it's
if
not. Do they?
he said to do it, so I mean,
Yeah.
if it's not, it's his suggestion. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. We'll work it out, Jeff. We'll work it out.
What a guy.
What
Thank
a
you,
guy.
Jeffrey.
Such a dude.
Oh my God! Well, speaking of Jeff's boys, Jeff Bridges, iconic actor, and this is a story kind of for me because I really want one of these. He's also sort of being noted these days for being a photographer. He's not a professional photographer, but he used to take a camera on set with him to like The Big Lebowski and Fabulous Baker Boys, all the movies he made over the years. And the camera he took is called a Widelux Ultra. It's a panoramic camera.
He did one of these on the.
He did a book on it.
But he was just on. I think it was Kimmel. I think.
Yes, he was just talking about it.
And he did one on the show.
Nice. And it's an analog camera, but what it does is it's panoramic. It's got a rotating lens.
Sure.
And it's a really cool camera. So he has partnered with the editors of a photography magazine. Him, his wife, these guys are creating, because it went out of, they stopped making it back in 2000. Kind of when film was going down, and
Yeah, he found a new place to manufacture.
so he's manufacturing these cameras again himself. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but he is going to do like a Kickstarter to get it off the
That's
ground.
pretty cool.
And it's all like handmade and all this stuff, and it's a really cool looking camera. So I might try to jump on it, unless it's $1,000 or some crazy ass number. But
I mean, if you can afford to do it, why not? Right?
I want one just because I think it's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So anyway, check it out. It's
And
called
it's
the
a
Widelux,
gizmo to boot.
and it's a
Wow.
gizmo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably find him. He did a photo with one of those cameras. I think it was on Kimmel. It was on one of the Jimmy Talk shows. Either way, I'm pretty sure it was Kimmel. But he did it, and he goes, "All right, when you start on this side, I want you to be doing." Oh no, it wasn't Kimmel. It was Colbert. It was on Colbert.
Yes,
And
right.
He
Yeah.
goes, "I want you to make the happy face, like the comedy and tragedy." So he starts with the smile, and then he does, and then
Colbert move.
well, I think his expression moved when the camera moved. So he
okay.
went from smiling to frowning.
So it was kind of like this in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it takes it doesn't capture motion at all because it takes a while for the lens to rotate.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, it's just fascinating because I love the panoramic stuff, but this is just that classic analog, old school camera feel. I just actually told the wife.
Because a typical panoramic, you lose something.
Yes.
Or it changes.
Because
I don't know if you lose it, but it changes.
Yes.
It has
Yeah.
to stretch
It's got
to
the
make
distortion effect and all that
but
stuff.
I guess
Yeah.
you could just have a really fine lens.
Yeah.
And then because it's moving.
Yeah.
I really want to get my hands on them. They're like $600 a minimum. Are those 360 cameras? So you can like,
Oh man.
you can do video with a 360-degree view. So you can be walking down the street, and if you're watching the video, you can actually turn your head left or right or up or down and see everything that they're seeing when they're walking down the street.
Nice.
The one I saw was this guy walked through Disneyland with that.
With the 3D camera.
They went on the rides with it. You got to experience the ride without actually going to Disneyland.
Did he do video or?
It was video.
Both? Okay.
And what's even cooler, if you have a VR headset, you can watch that in like full VR.
Just turn your head and you're
You can be
looking
like
around.
sitting there like I was sitting in my living room while I was on the Indiana Jones ride.
That's crazy.
And you can look left and right. You can see all the things that he's seeing. Or you can look straight forward or look straight up. It's fucking cool.
That's crazy. Yeah, I told the wife for my birthday, because she's always looking for hints and stuff, and I don't want to just spend money on stuff I don't really want or whatever. So sent her a little list, but one of the things was a little digital camera. I think it's like $40 or $50, but it gives you pictures like the old disposable cameras. So it has that very nostalgic feel.
Doesn't it also like print out like the small versions of like the Polaroids too?
No, it doesn't do any Polaroid. So it is true digital. You have to plug it back in, but it has a Wi-Fi too. But you plug it back into your computer, but it can take up to 2,000 pictures on one charge. It's a rechargeable battery in there. But it's like a pocket camera, and you can actually go in and change the settings if you want like a crisp, clean picture, if you want like the old vintage looking disposable camera look and all that stuff. It does have a built-in flash, but I'm thinking, for like events like at the Gong Show, just have it in your pocket, just whip it out and take a couple, and gives you that old school feel to it. For $40, I was like, yeah, give me one of these. It's kind of fun. So we'll see.
Yeah, remember the 110? Oh, man.
Yeah, and I'm really sad that all my film cameras I got rid of. And I shouldn't have. I had like a Canon A1 and an AE1.
Nice.
Really nice cameras.
Classic for a reason.
Classic for a reason, yeah. I think the wife still has an old Minolta film camera.
Did you... you were both into photography when you met? Or?
Yeah, that's how we kind of met. We did the singles thing, but we both had a love of photography, and it was like, let's get together, go take some photos, because she was new to Seattle. Let's go take photos together, and if nothing else, we'll be photo buddies that would just like to go out and take pictures and stuff. And one thing led to another, and she got stuck with me, but...
she just fell head over heels.
She's like, I guess. I guess. I got nothing else going on.
Son of a good one.
Yeah, so, I've got the photography bug again. I'm really wanting to jump back into it. I used to have a dark room set up and all kinds of
totally
stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's totally cool.
Yeah. Boys, a couple of sort of celebrity deaths. Not rest in peace. Song Bin Bin died at 77. She became the poster girl for the bloody Chinese Cultural Revolution. She was the one that turned in her teacher for teaching something that sort of went against the communist doctrine. And it wasn't her teacher, it was her vice principal or something, brought her up on stage, and her and a bunch of others basically beat her to death. And Mao basically gave her like an award and made her like a national hero, cultural hero.
Oh, wow.
She took part in the murder of, and I'm not going to say, Bian Zongyun. She was the deputy principal of the high school this girl attended. One of the first and most notorious death of a decade, a murder which 1 to 2 million people were killed during that Cultural Revolution in the 60s, right?
Oh, wow.
And if you watch, there was a show on Netflix, and I watched the first episode that came out, and it starts with a very similar...
the third body problem.
Third body problem.
Or the three body
problem. That starts with basically that same scene. It changed up a little bit because they killed the guy because he was teaching evolution or something, which went against the Republican doctrine. So, so not rest in peace. Later in her life, she tried to make it sound like she didn't do as much. Yeah, like I wasn't really a part of it.
About youth.
Yes.
I'm not saying all youth are this way, obviously. But that passion, you know what I mean? It's like it's
well, the way you channel it
can be dangerous.
Yeah.
So on a podcast I listen to, one of the Kevin Smith podcasts, they do celebrity deaths, and they call it the Tinseltown Stiffs. They have like intro music that goes, Tinseltown Stiffs, you will be missed. And then there was one time that they had two versions of it, you will be missed. And then there's the other one, which they only used once, was "You Won't Be Missed."
No, who did they?
It was what was guy, the radio host. It was like
Oh, Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh.
Oh, man.
You won't be missed. That's what it says.
Yeah, jeez. Also, rest in peace, Dan Evans, three-term governor of Washington and a U.S. senator, died at 98.
Yeah, World War II and Korean
Yes.
War. A veteran, yeah.
Yeah. Mom and Dad both worked at United Graphics up on Broadway, and the owner of the company not owned, but it was a longtime Republican contributor and all that stuff. Mom was a secretary for the owner, and Dad worked in like the shipping department when they met, and of course she had to quit once they got married. But like people like Dan Evans and Slade Gordon and those guys, she vividly remembered them coming in and having meetings with this guy and having to greet them and get them coffee and all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, so crazy. But yeah, Dan Evans, man, he was a big part of
big deal, yeah.
up until like the early 80s. Does that sound about right?
Slade Gordon sounds familiar. I remember
Yeah, he was
Slade
a
Gordon
senator. I met him
Yeah.
briefly on a beach on Whidbey Island.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
on Woodby, yeah.
Yeah, I went with my grandpa.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Grandpa.
Wasn't Gorton part of the Gorton fisherman family?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was on the 9/11 commission.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jeez. Boys, sharing is caring. Any new stuff that you've been watching, seen, restaurants you've tried?
You guys know this, and maybe some at home might know this if you follow us on Facebook, but on last Tuesday, I streamed our Tuesday night virtual reality improv show that was Ladies' Night on our Facebook page.
Oh, what a night.
Yeah, and it went relatively well. I mean, the show itself went well, but because it was the owner of the world had just created a brand new like layout and he put the camera in the far back, as far away from the stage as you can possibly get in that world, and so the video itself looks like the cameraman is up in the rafters of the studio.
Oh.
So
You couldn't see or couldn't hear?
you could
or-
hear fine
Okay.
most of the time, but a lot of the times you couldn't see anything because anytime they reset the world, the cameraman would get pushed back like 5 feet, and
Oh,
you
geez.
could only see like the tops of people's heads. So he's going to be working on it so that they're working on a script that allows the cameraman to move around and pop around in different angles and stuff. So we're not going to be recording from the
Belfry.
the belfry in the back corner anymore. But yeah, if you guys want to watch it, go ahead and check it out on our Facebook. But please, if you can, go to the Whose Turn Is It Anyhow Facebook page and follow it there so we can start streaming from there. We need a minimum of 100 followers. So, and I was trying to get of our 10K. I was trying to hope to get some of them.
Hard fought.
Yes, yeah. Hard
Yeah.
fought 10K. Jeez.
Looking at you, Jakarta.
I think they're all
But yeah.
followers.
Those are old schoolers.
Yeah. They've been around a
All
long
the
time.
important links are on whosturnisanyhow.com. So go follow the Facebook page if you would, please.
Nice. Mike, what about you? Any new movies, podcasts, TVs, restaurants?
But
Recipes?
still listening to, geez, have I cooked anything good lately? I've just been working a bunch.
Yeah.
man.
It was just announced today that Meta is releasing a new VR headset called the 3S, which is going to be like the economy version of the current 3. They're retiring the 2 and the Pro, and this new one is going to have. But they also announced today that they're working on I don't know what they call them, but they look like my frames here. They're like black glasses like this style, whatever it is. But they're AR heads. It's an AR headset, augmented reality, so you can do VR and AR with it. It looks really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
ADHD kicked in.
Where were we?
Cool science shit happening, and the world of
Yeah, you talked a bit about
galactic
that.
mechanics
Yeah.
and shit, which is always neat.
That's
So I
nice. Where did you
do
find
like
that
humans
article?
Striving.
Was it on Scientific America or something?
No, it was something simpler than that. Maybe Financial Times.
Okay. All right.
Send us the link. We'll put it on the
All right.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fascinating stuff.
It's
and-
great. It's great.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's a big cosmos.
Yeah.
You know, neat. And that humans can, in such a way, think about it before experiencing it and being able to map it out to whatever human degree. Right? Be able to predict motions and effects of these huge fucking forces.
Yeah.
Right? It's great that a person can have the imagination to do that. Right? It's neat.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy that somebody.
I still want Skinamax to come back. Skinamax.
I mean, there's priorities,
Skinamax.
right?
I mean, you can find similar things on any website, really.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can actually probably find Skinemax type content on YouTube.
Yeah.
problem.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I need storyline though.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, geez. The Renton Reporter, our local newspaper here, printed the paper last week, which I think comes out on Wednesdays, right, or Thursdays. Used one of my pictures in a story
fantastic.
and did not give me credit for it.
Ooh, I smell a lawsuit.
Yeah, so it said the credit was
Ernest
to
and Borgnine.
file photo. So I sent an email to the editor. Did not hear back from him. Said, "Hey, thanks for using my picture on the front page. By the way, if you ever need more from that series of photos, here's a link." And I sent him a link to my
Nicely
Flickr,
done.
which shows the dates that I put them on Flickr probably 4 years ago. But it was the theater down the way after the marquee was rebuilt. I took a bunch of fancy pictures of it. But if you look at the Renton Reporter, and there's a picture of the Renton Civic Theater on the front page of it, the marquee, that's yours truly took that. Because the Civic Theater used that picture a couple of times on their Facebook page a couple of years ago. I was like, "Hey, really nice picture, wink, wink," right? And no credit whatsoever.
man.
So now it's become a file photo.
That's worse. How dare you?
How dare you? So
We better call the office of Ernest and Borgnine.
The Ernest and Borgnine will be contacted, and I did look for a correction on the paper today that came today, and there was no correction. So
Oh, man.
I'm not that butthurt about it, but I'm like,
But he is.
I'm a little
Yeah, I
butthurt
would.
by
Yeah,
it.
I would be. Well, that's stealing from
rightfully
you.
so,
That's
man.
stealing.
Really.
Yes, yes.
That's stealing. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, I've had a similar thing happen
Fucking
where I was.
reporter.
There was I don't remember the name of the band now, but I took a photo at one of their shows, and this old woman who's like in her 60s or probably closer to 70, but she's stirring the horns up, and she's like
Having a rockin' time.
Having a rockin' time, and they used that photo on like their some promotion. It's like, "Hey, I took that picture, please."
Well, the band used it as a
Yeah.
man.
And I was like, "Yeah, please give me credit. You know that I took that photo."
Yeah, send royalties too.
I didn't want any money. I just wanted,
No,
like,
I
people
know.
say,
Just
"Hey,
say, yeah,
I took
good
that
photo, Todd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and that's just the deal.
Listed as
Right?
file photo.
Yeah, your name is not File, right? That's just not true.
I'm not going to throw too much of a stink,
But do you
although I
think
will
they
talk
pulled it
to.
off of Facebook?
I don't know where they found it. I know that the theater used it on their Facebook page
Yeah.
at least once,
Yeah.
maybe a couple of times. So I don't know if somebody at the theater was like, "Hey, we need a file photo, we need a photo for the front," and they were like, "Oh, use this one."
It probably came up in a Google search.
Possibly,
In Google.
yeah.
Yeah, no, man, I haven't
wonder.
Googled the Civic Theater recently.
Yeah, that's
Haven't
probably
you?
one of
But
the
it comes up.
A lot of news in the theater. The other thing, boys, I watched, and it's free on Max. No, it's free on Paramount Plus. The prequel for Quiet Place, or
Oh, yeah, day one.
Day
Yeah,
One.
Quiet Place, Day
Yes,
One, yeah.
and I liked it. It was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it too. There's
Did you
a
watch
cat.
it?
I did.
Yeah.
There's a cat.
There's a cat, and the
Yeah.
cat
and
is
I
cool.
really like Lupita Nyong'o.
Did either
Yeah.
you watch the pilot episode of the new Matlock?
No.
No.
I thought about it,
It's
but
really good.
is it?
Yeah.
Kathy Bird.
Friend of the show,
Kathy Bates. Now, legitimately, it's more like Murder She Wrote than it is Matlock, if you ask me.
It's even Renton Reporter.
Oh, man. That's a good shot.
Yes, I thought so. See, it's a Renton Civic Theater, Renton Reporter.
What's the article?
That's the art. It's the under fire for revelations of that. But that was my.
Yeah, geez, good job.
So what you should do is you should post that link and then with a better version of that photo.
Well, no, I mean that's probably the best one of the bunch, but
Can you Photoshop in our town?
right there on the marquee.
Well, I guess we don't want to be associated with that. Right?
Not right now. Let's let them get up and running again.
Man.
So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty well done.
Sure.
The movie. What's the name of the gal? Is that
Lupita Nyong'o?
Yes, I thought
She's
she did a
fantastic.
really, really good
Delight.
job.
What a delight.
Man.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's just like, I'm dying anyway. Because at first you think she's at like a mental institution, like she's there because she's mentally unhealthy, but it turns out it's a hospice.
Yeah.
And it's like, all she wanted was to go back and get some pizza.
Yeah.
I dig that. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
you know what?
Her final last meal.
The world
It's
is
like,
ending.
world's
I just want
ending.
pizza, man.
Yeah.
I
She's
want my
cool.
cat and I want pizza.
Yeah. And then that's the guy from Stranger Things.
Which one?
The
the guy that
rocker
follows
guy.
her around?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched so much Stranger Things. So
Oh, yeah. I thought he did a fine job.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you're
enjoyed
talking about
that movie.
David, what's his face?
Yeah, the rocker kid.
Oh, the rocker kid. Okay, yeah.
Oh wait, which actor?
The guy who was following her around.
Oh, was the rocker kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about the one who was playing Metallica on the roof?
Yeah.
That guy? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing I couldn't figure out was why he kept wearing the tie.
Oh.
The wife and I kind of like, why is he still wearing a tie?
Geez, I don't know. Just because he had he was a fish out of water.
Yeah, he just was like, I don't know what the hell's going
Yeah.
on. He played a
But that's why-
Englishman, right? In the
I
in the
thought
movie.
he was in English.
He might be, yeah.
English,
But he did. He
But
played
he's
yes.
from
Yeah.
came over for law school. Or
Yeah,
something.
they're kind of cool monsters.
Yeah.
They're capable. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But they're super fast and ambush kind of. You know.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Man, don't
I didn't see any of the other ones.
don't walk in a herd of people. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Oh.
In that kind of situation, don't walk in a big herd of people.
Yeah, geez. I mean, yeah, it was.
I have
it was
no desire
exciting.
to watch any of those movies.
No, really.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the other ones are Krasinski, right?
Yes.
Or one of them is.
I
And
like the
Emily
first
Blunt,
one.
yeah.
The second one, I don't remember enough of the second one because, spoiler alert, Krasinski dies in the first one.
Yeah. Thanks, pal.
but, yeah.
And they come from? Oh, I guess we saw that they fell from the sky.
Fell from the sky like
so we don't
meteors.
really know what that means. Yeah. Ugh.
Crazy.
Yeah, how about top 5? Did we already do top 5 weird monster movies?
No, we haven't.
No.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
We'll set that up for 2 weeks from now because Todd's got another one.
Yeah.
Best.
Yeah, and what's the other found footage one?
Oh, God, I hate those ones. Blair Witch.
No, the first like big found footage was Blair Witch.
Oh,
But the-
Cloverfield.
That
yeah,
was god
yeah.
awful. I
Oh, I really.
Yeah, I
like that
can't
movie.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do the motion stuff
sure.
too much, but the
They
Cloverfield
just all
one.
look like they just fell out of the Beauty Academy.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody in that movie is ridiculously good looking. You know what I mean?
He just found
But,
the Swedish bikini.
But I really do. I like that monster a lot, and the fact that it had little like lice type monsters on it.
yeah.
It was like, oh, that monster was
Yeah.
gnarly.
I did really like the Cloverfield Lane with John Goodman.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
better?
It's a slow.
It doesn't do the whole. It's a whole nother.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole different thing.
It's a whole different thing.
So I was excited to see that movie because the ad campaign was amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it. But when the shaky cam bothered me so much because it's like I'm overwhelmed and confused by all the movement.
Sure,
I don't know what
sure.
the-
Yeah.
And I was irritated by all that so much that I was unable to follow the story.
Yeah, yeah.
How about Paranormal Activity?
I hate those too.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
I
So
mean,
it's that technique or
Jerky.
whatever.
It's the jerky stuff. And the Paranormal Activity it's like Ghost Adventures. It's a cash grab. It's not entertaining for me because it's like clearly these are people in the other room making noise. There's not something happening in the other room. There's no camera footage of
Well,
it.
we're gonna find out what's on downstairs in the
Jeez.
basement.
No, that's really
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. Well, boys, we are long on time. Thanks, Jeff, for stopping by. But ending on something positive, this is a joke or a quote from George Carlin, who's one of my favorite comedians of all time. He said, "We have multiplied our possessions, but reduced our values. We talk too much, love too seldom, and hate too often. We've learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've added years to life, but not life to years." So take that in stride, folks, and change your outlook, man. Add life to years.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, if you're a member, we'll see you in our top 5 in a few minutes. And if you're not, we'll see you next week.
Word.
Come on back. Bye.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, vlogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.